At 43, Bethany Joy Lenz is set to release her memoir, Dinner for Vampires, where she claims to have endured manipulation, abuse, and fear within what she initially believed to be a church covenant. When you think of Bethany Joy Lenz, you probably picture her as the talented Haley James Scott from One Tree Hill. The star who captured our hearts with her impeccable acting skills and angelic voice also carried a haunting secret for years. She was trapped in a cult. Yes, you heard that right. The beloved actress, known for her down-to-earth character on screen, lived a shocking double life for a decade. And when she finally opened up about her chilling experience, it left everyone stunned. Bethany Joy Lenz's journey into stardom began when she was young. A Texas native, she started acting in commercials before transitioning to television roles, eventually landing her iconic role on One Tree Hill. But while the world saw her as a rising Hollywood star, something sinister was unfolding behind the scenes. Behind her cheerful smile and dedication to her craft, Lenz was hiding a terrifying secret. She had become a member of a cult, a word that usually sends chills down people's spines. But how did this actress, whose life seemed picture-perfect, get involved in such a dangerous world? It all began at a vulnerable time in Lenz's life. In her interview, Lenz shared that she didn't just stumble into the cult overnight. Like many people who fall prey to such manipulative groups, Lenz was looking for something deeper in her life. Fame and success didn't bring her the fulfillment she sought, so she began searching for something more meaningful. The cult offered exactly what Bethany thought she was missing: a sense of community, belonging, and spiritual awakening. These promises are common among cults, which prey on individuals who are emotionally or spiritually vulnerable. In the official synopsis of her upcoming memoir, Bethany Joy Lenz revealed that she spent a decade under the control of a domineering minister from the Big House family before breaking free. She alleges that the minister manipulated her into marrying his son and siphoned millions from her earnings during her time on One Tree Hill, which aired from 2003 to 2012. With her book set to hit shelves next week, Lenz has shared with how she was initially drawn into the organization. Bethany Joy Lenz grew up in an evangelical Christian household, but frequent moves during her childhood left her always searching for a place to belong. At 16, her parents divorced, just a year before she landed her big break on the soap opera Guiding Light, after years of acting as a child. Amid the turbulence of her early life, Lenz found solace in both her acting career and a Bible study group, where she connected with people who shared her beliefs. Those sessions became a refreshing oasis for Lenz, where she and fellow members would discuss faith, pray, and sing together. We all crave that kind of closeness, the idea that someone will say, "No matter what you do, how badly you behave, or the mistakes you make, I still love you, and I'm here for you," Bethany Joy Lenz explained. Before long, a pastor she calls Les began leading the Bible study sessions, gradually convincing members to relocate to his communal big house in Idaho. It still seemed normal at first, then it slowly changed, she revealed. But by the time things started shifting, I was already too deeply involved in the relationships to see it clearly. Plus, I was so young. Lenz has previously mentioned that her involvement with the group became a whisper behind the scenes during her time on One Tree Hill. While filming One Tree Hill, Lenz was still deeply involved in the cult. Imagine juggling a successful acting career while being immersed in a world of spiritual manipulation. That's what Bethany went through for nearly 10 years. She lived a double life, and no one had any idea. In many ways, her role on One Tree Hill mirrored her real-life struggles. Just as Haley faced difficult choices and tried to find her voice, Lenz was grappling with her own identity and the cult's control over her. Looking back, it's astonishing how she managed to perform so well on-screen while battling such darkness behind the scenes. Like most cults, the one Lenz was involved with had strict rules about members' relationships with the outside world. Cults thrive on isolating their members from loved ones because it makes them easier to control. Over time, Bethany found herself being distanced from her closest friends and family, as the cult convinced her that they were a negative influence on her spiritual growth. Her isolation grew worse as she started to believe that the cult's leaders were the only ones who truly understood her. Her real support system, her friends, family, and colleagues, became secondary. This level of control is one of the scariest aspects of cult life because it leaves Memb, her isolation grew worse as she started to believe that the cult's leaders were the only ones who truly understood her. Her real support system, her friends, family, and colleagues, became secondary. This level of control is one of the scariest aspects of cult life, because it leaves members completely reliant on the cult and its leaders for emotional support and guidance. But something deep inside Lenz knew that this wasn't right. She may have been trapped, but she wasn't entirely broken. In 2005, Bethany Joy Lenz married musician Michael Galliotti, a former member of the band Ination and also part of the Big House family. The couple welcomed their daughter, Maria Rose, in 2011, now 13 years old. A year later, Lenz realized she wanted to leave both Galliotti and the organization, but found it incredibly challenging to break free. "The stakes were so high," she said, reflecting on how deeply her life was entangled with the group. "They were my only friends. I was married into this community and had built my entire life around it. Admitting I was wrong would mean watching everything crumble around me." In January 2016, 4 years after Bethany Joy Lenz parted ways with Michael Galliotti, he tragically passed away at just 31 years old from atherosclerotic heart disease. Lenz has described her journey as one of forgiveness and a roadmap to how manipulation works, blending heartache and humor, in a March Instagram post promoting pre-sales for her memoir. She explained that she wrote the book to remind people that everyone makes mistakes, and no matter what strange paths you've taken, you're not alone. The memoir also touches on Lenz's casting as one of the leads in OneTreeHill. Lenz recounted losing her sense of autonomy and eventually relocating to the cult's Pacific Northwest compound, which was controlled by a domineering minister. The minister manipulated her into marrying one of his sons while secretly siphoning millions from her OneTreeHill earnings without her knowledge. It wasn't until a decade later, after becoming a mother, that Lenz finally found the courage to leave. The birth of her child motivated her to break free, as she was determined to spare her child from a similar fate. Bethany Joy Lenz's journey into an escape from a cult serves as a chilling reminder that even the most grounded individuals can fall into dangerous situations. Her vulnerability, coupled with the cult's deceptive promises, led her down an unexpected path. However, after nearly a decade of manipulation, Lenz found the strength to break free. While the shadows of her experience may linger, she now stands as a beacon of strength, proving that it's possible to find light even in the darkest circumstances. Well, that's a wrap for today. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and found it engaging, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you want to stay updated with more captivating content, hit that red subscribe button and tap the notification bell so you never miss a video from us. Your support means everything.